Oh, do I have the story for you guys. I don't like to put my personal life on YouTube, but something just happened that was too funny that I have to tell you guys because it didn't even feel real. But basically, the star of the show, there's this guy. I'm going to call him Q. That's not actually his name, but he uses a different letter in the alphabet. So we're going to call him Q. Q, to paint you a picture, is a 5'8", kind of fat, balding man who goes to the same college as I do. 24, by the way, is a little old to be in college, but you know, whatever. I wasn't friends with him, but he was kind of like a friend of a friend at one point, so he knew me, and you know, he was a weird guy. I tried to avoid him at all costs, but every time he see me, he'd be like, "What's up, peanut butter?" Because he knows that this is my channel, and he calls me peanut butter. But like, he was just weird. Like, he'd touch me in places, and he would like lick his lips at me. I don't know. He was a weird guy, Q. So fat, balding, 5'8" man, and you know, we were like we kind of knew each other for like 2 years. But I learned some information about him. He's 24 years old, as I said, and there had been word had gotten out that he was particularly fond of like 17, 18-year-old freshman girls at college. And it was quoted by someone I knew that he said, "I love my freshies." A 24-year-old man is saying that he loves the younger girls that go to this school. Now, me, you can interpret that statement however you'd like, but me, I say that's the P word, the pedo stuff. That's what I think of it. So it was already widely known among the people in college that he was a pedo. So like, that was out there. Most people knew, but it came up in conversation when basically he cheated on his girlfriend, surprise, surprise, and then that girlfriend is a friend of my friend, and it came up in conversation. And I was like, oh yeah, you probably definitely don't want to be with that guy because he's kind of like a pedo because, you know, he loves freshmen. He's 24. Like, that's just kind of weird to me. So, you know, I say that not thinking anything of it, and maybe like a week goes by, and all of a sudden I see Q is typing on Snapchat. Now, I hadn't like texted this guy on Snapchat in like 2 years, so instantly the dots connected. I was like, okay, he's about to be very mad at me for calling him a pedo, which I don't understand why he'd be mad at that. I'm just making an astute observation. But he's typing, and all of a sudden, I wish I took more screenshots. I have a few I'll show you later. But he was basically, why you got my name in your mouth? I'll beat the fuck out of you. Say it to my face. Things of that regard. And I didn't really know how to respond at first because, you know, I said nothing that I didn't mean. So I was at first I was like, huh? Because I wanted to know what he knows, and he knew that I had called him a pedo, and he wasn't very happy about it, and he was like, "I lost all respect for you," which is fine because I never respected him, so like it didn't really hit me down in my soul. But he was basically just saying, "Come say it to my face," whatever. And I have this screenshot here after he did his waffle session of how I'm a bitch. He said, "Long story short, keep my name out your mouth. Stop being a little white bitch or talk to me man to man. If not, then keep it like I said, pussy." And so I said, what race of bitch should I be? Because, you know, stop being a little white bitch. I get stop being a little bitch, but why the white? I can't stop doing that. It's just, you know, it is what it is. Basically, he was very intent on me saying it to his face. Now, what's weird to me is throughout all of this, he never denied the allegations. He never said, "No, I'm not a pedo." He just was mad at me for talking about it, which is really, really weird to me. If somebody accused me of that, I'd be like, "No, I'm not that." That would be the number one thing on my mind. But for whatever reason, he was really intent on me saying it to his face. Now, me, I'm not a big, like, confrontational person because, you know, I'm kind of focused on things that actually matter. I'm a student at school trying to get good grades. I have a YouTube channel. I'm a power lifter. Like, overall, I'm just trying to do things that are going to make me live a happy, successful life. I really don't have any interest in entertaining this guy's angry fantasy of beating me up. So he was like, just say it to my face. You better say it to my face, like in the text. And I was like, nah, I'm good. And he's like, that's right. I knew you wouldn't. You're a little bitch. And then he was like calling me his bitch for not wanting to talk to him, because I guess he saw that as me being scared of him, which, yes, I'm not interested in engaging in physical contact, because that just seems like a whole thing, and I'm not really into that. I'm more so into just keeping to myself and stuff that actually matters. But whatever. The issue is this, we only have one gym on campus, and me and him both go to that gym. Like, he likes to go and play basketball and, assert dominance over his peers. So I knew it was inevitable that I was going to see him in person. So I kind of mentally prepared myself for that. And then just yesterday, I was at the gym, and none other than Q walks right up to me. So, context, I was setting up to do squats. I was loading the bar with the first plate to start doing my warm-ups for squats. And as I'm loading the plate onto the bar, I see him walking towards, it was speed walking. He probably can't run because of, the weight, but he was speed walking towards me. And as I'm loading the bar, all of a sudden I see, that's the motion he makes, because he kind of had to duck under the equipment. He goes, you want to talk to me outside for a minute? You want to have a conversation outside? And I had headphones in. I was listening to Yeet, great album, but I had headphones in, so all I saw was, and I was like, oh, here we go. So I take my headphones out. I was like, huh? And he says, you want to step outside with me for a minute? We can have a conversation. I had just started to load the bar. I had just done my warm-ups. I had just stretched and everything. I was so excited to squat. So I was like, no, I'm going to squat. And he's like, yeah, that's what I thought. Keep running your fucking mouth. Things of that nature. He's like, you're just a little bitch. And he's kind of trotting around the area where I am. I saw him walk back and forth 10 times. But after he said that to me, I was basically on the verge of laugh. I was trying to hold it in, because I know it would have been a bad look if I started laughing to his face, and he probably would have tried to fight me. But I was like, nah, it's cool, because I thought the whole situation was funny. But he basically, after he gives me his whole waffling about how I'm a bitch and he wants to fight me and all that, he walks back in, there's another room to play basketball. He opens the door and he says to this guy, Jay, he's like, yo, Jay, I just bitched him out. He was smiling. He was so excited about bitching me out. And I'm just sitting there, because that whole thing, he said a lot of words in probably under 60 seconds. I just thought it was kind of funny how it's not like he went into that gym expecting to see me and yell at me, but he saw me and instantly kind of mustered up this anger to start yelling at me. And that wasn't the end of it. We had 2 more confrontations after that. So after maybe 5 minutes or so, he walks back out and he's like, you got nothing to say, huh? He's maybe, if my face is here, he's right here. And I know what he's doing. I know what people do. They'll walk up to you and start talking shit, expecting you to throw a punch so they have an excuse to fight you. But again, I'm just not going to do that, because that's stupid. I'm kind of half hoping he punches me or something, so then I can just press charges for assault and battery and stuff. That would be funny as shit. Basically, he walks up and he's this close to my face as I'm about to load 300 pounds, and I'm still trying to work out. I'm not going to leave just because this guy's mad at me for me calling him a pedophile when he is a pedophile. But he walks back up and he's like, yo, that's what I thought. You're a fucking bitch. You're not going to say it to my face. I gave you every opportunity to say it to me. I was like, you gave me every opportunity. You just kind of came up and started yelling at me. He was like, I gave you every opportunity. You're a bitch. You're my bitch. And at this point, I am laughing, because it kind of crept up on me how funny of a situation this is. There's really nothing funnier than someone who's in the wrong being mad at someone completely irrelevant, because I was just one of the many people who had said he's a pedophile, and for some reason, instead of being mad at himself, maybe he's mad at me for just saying it, and he's just like in my face. He's like, "Yup, you're a bitch. You're a bitch." He threw around the bitch word maybe 100 times in a 2-minute span, and I don't understand why he kept like it's not going to become more effective the more you say it. Like, it actually loses effectiveness. And I would say my number one quality, not to toot my own horn, is that it's very hard to make me mad. So there's nothing he could have said to my face that would have like made me mad at him, just because I don't care about him. So the only thing he can do is make me laugh. So I was like laughing at this point, and as he started walking away, I blew him a kiss, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you gay as shit." And you know, it was just basically things of that nature. And things calmed down for a good while, and then I moved from my squats to my deadlifts, and oh wait, I forgot one. When I was sitting on my phone logging my sets, he said something like, "Yeah, stay on that phone, you're scared of me," and whatever else. And then the last thing that happened was when I guess he was leaving because he got tired of playing basketball. Not a great cardio guy, but he was leaving, and as I was sitting like on the other half of the gym, he yells to me across the gym. He's like, "Yeah, watch your fucking mouth next time," or "Yeah, watch your fucking mouth next time," like in this angry way. And I look over and I'm like, okay. Like, I don't give two shits at this point. It started to wear off. But he turns to the guy who's like standing next to him. I don't even know if it was his friend, but he goes, "You heard him say okay, right? You heard that." Like, it was the greatest thing in the world that I had said okay, like I was somehow like pleading that he had won the altercation. But yeah, that was the end of it for now. We'll see what happens when I see him next time. But yeah, it's really strange that throughout this entire process, he never denied being a pedophile. I understand probably because he had just cheated on his girlfriend, probably lost her, and then pedo allegations come. I understand why he's angry, but you know, at a certain point, you have to ask yourself, did I bring this on myself? You know, because chances are, if you're not a pedophile, you're not going to get pedophile allegations. It's just a safe bet. So I don't know how people like that can exist, get so mad at a random person who just said something, and he was like relishing in it, like he was acting like this big tough guy, and it was just funny to me. So we'll see what happens. I'll give an update if anything does, but I just wanted to share this because, you know, college, it's a weird place. You'll meet some weird people. Sometimes you'll meet your best friends. Other times it'll be short, fat, balding pedophiles. Who knows? But yeah, that's it for the story time. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer for more context to the story. But yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Peace.
Orange Peanut wants you to subscribe because he needs more money.